Very old and very beautiful whistle, if you can play it right. The little bamboo whistle. And it's simple to make too, if you can get some bamboo. But that's not easy to get in some parts of Australia. So the next best thing is plastic bamboo, which comes in the form of plastic water pipe. You can easily get offcuts from a plumber. Wonderful stuff and very hard, yet easy to work with. Well, you'd start by sawing the end square. Use a hacksaw, cut it square in a vise, and that's already square, so I don't have to worry about that step. Shove it in the vise with the square end poking out. And the next thing you need to do is to make the mouthpiece, which involves a bit of wood poking down there for about 2.5 or 3 centimetres. And you'll find that there's doweling that just about fits inside there, and it's pretty well perfect because you want a snug fit anyway. You just have to turn that down a little bit or work it down with sandpaper until it fits snugly. So get sandpaper, hold it in your hand and rub it back and forth like that, testing it all the time up against the pipe until eventually you'll find it's just a snug fit and can slide inside there with a bit of help. Well, I've done that to save a bit of time, and this is what it should look like. A nice tight fit where the doweling just slides inside. If that's a little loose, you can glue it in there when the final step comes. But that's not too loose, so we'll take it out there and make a mark at about 3 centimetres along the length of the doweling. Now, you want to make a mark just less than that, about 2.5 centimetres along the length of the pipe. About there. Once the doweling's just a bit longer than the pipe. Now, get that doweling and tap it in until you reach that 3 centimetre mark. Now, get a file and file the pipe so that there's a sharp bit, a blade of plastic really, pointing back towards this short end of the pipe. Let me do one and show you. The wood has a big advantage here because it stops little hairy bits of the pipe coming off inside it. Makes a very clean cut. And also we get a good depth gauge into that doweling. That's about the extent you want to go. You can see that that sharp bit there, the blade of plastic, is going to hit the air as it comes in that way. Okay, pull the doweling out, take the pipe out of there and put the doweling where it used to be. And now what we have to do is to file that top part of the doweling flat until that mark just disappears. Here we go, from the 3 centimetre mark. Well, that notch is just about to disappear, the one where we cut through the plastic and into the wood. So I'll just put a final pass over it. And it's gone. At this stage we need to take that flat platform back a bit so it's deeper where it joins the stick than it is at the end. Here we go. Well, that's about it. You can see now there's a good sloping ramp coming up towards the end of the wood. So now we get the pipe and just match it up so that the slope and the notch are in line and tap it on. And tap it on so that that sharp or flat bit of wood comes to the square bit of the notch just there. Don't let it come any further. What's going to happen is that the air will hit that ramp, be blown up against the blade there, and should make it vibrate. Okay, here comes the wood now, and you can just see it in the beginning of that notch. Okay, they've got a bit of spare there. We'll cut the wood off the end of the pipe. And if we've done it right, we should be able to get a whistle out of it. Works beautifully. But if that mouthpiece is too large, you can cut it down a bit like that with a hacksaw, and as I say, stick that wad of doweling in with a bit of glue, and that'll make it very secure. Now, for changing the note. You'll need to get a plunger, and this bit of doweling has already been turned down, so it slides neatly inside there. That's a lot of work, but it does make a very good plunger for a Swanee whistle. But if it's too much work, get a thinner bit of doweling like this, and wrap some masking tape around the end, pulling it very tightly and wrapping it up so it goes round and round and round without any wrinkles and without climbing up the stick. And as you do that, it makes a very good cylinder, and a very smooth cylinder too, and it gets thicker and thicker and thicker with every turn. Eventually, it'll be just the right thickness to fit inside the pipe. And when it is, it'll look like that, and it'll go inside the pipe like that. And you've got a Swanee whistle of a different kind. the same principle. Now all you need to do is practice.